Picture a German soldier, exhausted from years in North Africa's deserts, gazing at a bubbling Coca-Cola in 1943 Tennessee. This prisoner of war, raised on Nazi tales of America's weakness, finds this fizzy drink, a nickel's worth of abundance, utterly unthinkable. This is the story of how Coca-Cola, ice cream, and America's staggering plenty shattered the worldview of 371,683 German POWs, turning enemies into witnesses of democracy's power through the simple act of sharing ice cream. Watch till the end to discover how a single sip reshaped history. In May 1943, the Afrika Korps surrendered in Tunisia, handing over 250,000 German and Italian soldiers to the Allies. These men, veterans of Rommel's desert campaigns, expected harsh treatment, conditioned by Nazi propaganda to brace for starvation and cruelty. Instead, within hours, they received American care rations, emergency meals American soldiers griped about but which, to these prisoners, were a feast. Crackers, processed cheese, candy, fruit bars, instant coffee, sugar tablets, and cigarettes filled the packs. For soldiers surviving on stale biscuits and ersatz coffee, these rations were a revelation. At North African processing camps, the U.S. Army served pancakes with syrup, fresh eggs, and milk, foods long gone from German military diets. A German officer later told the Red Cross, "We expected to starve. Instead, the Americans fed us better than our own army." This first taste of abundance began to chip away at Nazi myths. The journey to America aboard Liberty ships intensified the shock. Built at a staggering rate, one every 42 hours at peak production, these ships carried up to 30,000 prisoners monthly across the Atlantic. Naval records show POW rations matched or surpassed crew provisions, offering 3,500 calories daily, fresh bread, meat, vegetables, coffee with sugar, and milk. Refrigeration systems kept food fresh for the 2-week voyage. Most astonishingly, ice cream was served at sea. The USS General M.B. Stewart's log from July 1943 notes a 4th of July celebration where prisoners enjoyed ice cream churned in 10-gallon batches. For men who hadn't tasted ice cream since before the war, this frozen treat in the middle of the ocean defied belief. Docking at ports like Norfolk and Newport News, German POWs saw an America that Nazi propaganda deemed impossible. The Norfolk Naval Base, spanning 4,300 acres, moved more cargo daily than German ports handled weekly. Port exchange shops displayed candy bars from Hershey, Mars, and Nestle, priced at 5 cents, the same as American children paid with pocket change. Trains inland offered more surprises. Unlike Europe's cattle cars, POWs rode passenger coaches, with dining cars serving fried chicken, vegetables, pie, and coffee. This wasn't special treatment but standard American rail service, stunning prisoners used to scarcity. American prison camps, like Camp Crossville in Tennessee, exceeded Geneva Convention standards with electric lights, hot water, flush toilets, and heated barracks. The camp exchanges, or PX stores, left the deepest mark. Army Quartermaster records list an inventory of abundance: Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, RC Cola, candy bars, cigarettes, tobacco, fresh fruit, snacks, and beer with 3.2% alcohol. Where refrigeration allowed, ice cream was available. Prisoners earned 80 cents daily for labor, later raised to $1, enough to buy 16 candy bars or Coca-Colas at 5 cents each. In Germany, such luxuries were elite privileges, if they existed. Here, enemies could afford them, dismantling Nazi narratives with every purchase. Coca-Cola became the symbol of American industrial democracy. The Coca-Cola Company produced 5 billion bottles in 1943 alone, ensuring a 5-cent bottle for every American serviceman worldwide. Prisoners, tasting it for the first time, were stunned by its ubiquity: vending machines and coolers at gas stations, factories, and schools. Americans drank it casually, tossing half-empty bottles. The standardization amazed technically minded prisoners. Every Coca-Cola, from Maine to Texas, tasted identical, a quality control feat German industry couldn't match. Coca-Cola archives confirm camps like Camp Hearn, Texas, received 200 to 300 cases weekly, about 7,000 bottles in summer 1943. This drink was proof of America's logistical might. Ice cream was even more astonishing. In Germany, it had vanished years earlier. Yet, in American camps with refrigeration, it was a regular summer treat. Army records confirm ice cream's role in morale. with the Navy building ice cream ships for the Pacific Fleet. At Camp Shelby, Mississippi, on July 4, 1943, prisoners watched hand-cranked freezers produce gallons using ice, salt, cream, sugar, and flavorings. By 1944, electric ice cream makers offered chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and butter pecan more variety than pre-war German parlors. Ice cream bars, sandwiches, or cups cost 10 cents. Larger camps ordered 50 to 100 gallons weekly in summer. The casual use of scarce resources for frivolous food was incomprehensible to Germans. Sugar delivered a powerful lesson. In Germany, civilians got 280 grams monthly, when available. In American camps, sugar sat in bowls on mess hall tables, free for unlimited use. Quartermaster records show camps received 100-pound bags weekly. Bakeries produced cakes, cookies, and pies, while coffee, tea, cereals, and desserts were sweetened without restriction. At Camp Aliceville, Alabama, in August 1943, humid weather hardened hundreds of pounds of sugar. The kitchen discarded it and ordered more, shocking prisoners who knew scarcity. Chocolate revealed more about American plenty. Hershey, Mars, and Nestle produced millions of bars monthly despite wartime constraints. The military bought 380 million pounds of chocolate products during the war. Camp exchanges stocked Hershey bars, D-rations, emergency chocolate bars, and other candies for 5 to 10 cents. Prisoners marveled at Americans' casual brand preferences. Monthly Red Cross packages added chocolate, instant coffee, processed cheese, crackers, canned meat, cigarettes, and soap, luxuries surpassing German civilian rations. Thanksgiving 1943 showcased America's holiday abundance. Every camp served roast turkey with stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, sweet potatoes, cranberry sauce, vegetables, pumpkin pie, coffee, and milk. Feeding 425,000 POWs and millions of servicemen worldwide required unmatched logistics. That prisoners ate the same meal as American soldiers defied Nazi racial hierarchies. Christmas brought civilian generosity. The American Friends Service Committee sent 50,000 packages with cookies, candy, toiletries, games, books, and cigarettes. In Tonkawa, Oklahoma, and Hearne, Texas, locals delivered treats, showing mercy to enemies that challenged Nazi ideology. By 1944, 100,000 POWs worked outside camps, seeing America's food production. In Michigan, they picked cherries for maraschino garnishes, stunned by orchards producing tons for ice cream toppings. At canneries, Del Monte records show 15% of fruit rejected for minor blemishes, diverted to animal feed. Sugar beet processing in Colorado and Nebraska revealed mechanization beyond Germany's reach, with single farms outproducing German regions. America's 7 million tons of annual sugar explained the casual abundance. Near schools, POWs saw early lunch programs, precursors to the 1946 National School Lunch Act. Children received hot meals with milk, protein, and vegetables. Some cafeterias sold ice cream. Daily milk deliveries to thousands of schools showed organizational prowess Germany couldn't match. At diners, minimum security prisoners saw menus rivaling elite German restaurants, accessible to all. In 1944, a hamburger cost 25 cents, Coca-Cola 5 cents, a pie slice 15 cents, an ice cream sundae 25 cents, a full dinner 65 to 75 cents. The equality workers and executives eating side by side defied Germany's social structure. American publications revealed production dwarfing Germany's. In 1944, America produced 7 million tons of sugar, 380 million pounds of chocolate, military alone, 5 billion Coca-Cola bottles, 1943, over 500 million gallons of ice cream, and 119 billion pounds of milk. Germany offered 1,200 to 1,500 daily calories, 280 grams of sugar monthly, 10.5 ounces of meat weekly, often unavailable, no ice cream, and no soft drinks. These figures showed America's wartime output surpassing Germany's peacetime peaks. By late 1944, POWs sent food packages to Germany, buying chocolate, coffee, and canned goods with camp wages. Red Cross records note 11 million parcels sent, most containing food. Families receiving American abundance from imprisoned relatives while starving under Nazi rule saw the regime's lies exposed. American rationing highlighted the divide. Americans grumbled about 2 pounds of sugar monthly, triple Germany's allowance, and 28 ounces of weekly meat, more than Germans got monthly. In 1944, Americans consumed 74 pounds of sugar per capita despite rationing, 10 times Germany's rate. The soft drink industry, with Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, RC Cola, and others, produced billions of bottles annually, reaching every town. In spring 1945, newsreels showed GIs giving chocolate and gum to German children, their joy exposing Nazi failures. Concentration camp liberation footage showed American troops sharing rations with survivors, showing humanity to victims of the regime POWs had served. Between 1945 and 1946, POWs returned to a ruined Germany, many healthier than when captured, while their families starved. Red Cross packages, chocolate, coffee, canned goods, became treasures. Children tasted Hershey bars from fathers who ate ice cream in captivity. POWs became Marshall Plan advocates, having seen America's non-zero-sum prosperity. Their testimony that America could rebuild enemies eased German acceptance of aid. They saw power in production, not extraction, shaping West Germany's economic miracle. Ex-POWs applied lessons from American production, distribution, and consumer abundance, making luxuries affordable through mass production and standardization. Historian Arnold Kramer confirmed food abundance drove ideological transformation, succeeding where re-education failed. Military records, Red Cross reports, Coca-Cola archives, POW correspondence, memoirs, and interviews document this shift. POWs consume 3,300 to 3,600 daily calories, 4 pounds of sugar monthly, 32 ounces of meat weekly, a quart of milk daily, regular ice cream, and unlimited soft drinks. German civilians survived on 1,200 to 1,500 calories, 280 grams of sugar monthly, and no ice cream or soft drinks. Coca-Cola returned to West Germany in 1949, symbolizing alliance. Ice cream parlors and supermarkets, inspired by America, emerged in the 1950s, often led by ex-POWs. A 1975 Africa Corps officer recalled, "We thought America was weak. Ice cream for enemies showed we lost our worldview." A 1985 veteran said, "Coca-Cola was the future, sweet, unnecessary, for all. It was everything Nazi Germany wasn't." This was history's most unusual victory, an ideology defeated by ice cream, a worldview shattered by soft drinks. POWs tasted democracy's sweetness, leaving as apostles of abundance. The ice cream sundae, ice cream, syrup, whipped cream, nuts, cherry, was a metaphor for excess, each layer beyond German dreams. Sensory memories, the fizz of Coca-Cola, the chill of ice cream outweighed arguments. America's secret weapon was sharing abundance with enemies, transforming hearts and minds. This story of generosity's triumph is one of history's hidden gems. Want more tales of how everyday moments changed the world? Subscribe, hit the bell, and join us for more journeys into the past. Share this with a history lover, and let's uncover the moments that shaped our world one sip, one bite at a time.